This game was so good, it blossomed enemies into lovers. Although that could change by the end of this fiscal year. Now these days, Sonic or Yakuza appearing on Nintendo consoles, while Sega has no console for Nintendo games to appear on, is actually very commonplace. And we have one game, F-Zero GX, to thank for that. See, this series is a product of the arms race. After spending the end of the 80s making themselves a household name, a rival company rose to the occasion with one assignment: kick Nintendo's ass. Now this feud got real ugly. Nintendo and Sega spent a good portion of the decade one-upping each other with the increasing quality of their games. And one of the early hot tickets Nintendo cooked up happened to be a futuristic, almost 3D racing game called F-Zero, which unfortunately was doomed to live under the shadow of Mario Kart a little over a year later. Now, of course, we all know things ended up with Sony slapping them both silly, but Sega really got the shorter end of the stick, as they shriveled down into a third-party studio that got passed around to make games for other companies, which of course gave them groveling opportunities to come crawling back to Nintendo for forgiveness. Now, on their apology tour, Sega did cook Nintendo up some original recipe games like Sonic and Crazy Taxi, but one fateful day, Nintendo gave them the keys to the castle, an opportunity to work with them on one of their games, an F-Zero for the GameCube. Sure, there's probably haters out there calling it kit-bashed Super Monkey Ball assets, but what they cooked up here might have been the greatest racing game ever made. Hell, this game objectively kicked so much ass. Nintendo didn't want to do anything new with this series anymore, because they couldn't figure out how to outdo this game with the sequel. Well, at least until they figured out how to milk it as a live service. But that's why